Okay, so I got the tires on after the weld up and all this stuff. They look pretty good. Okay, so I've been working on a way to lock these beads on a 16.5 tire. Everybody that's ever really dealt with tires knows that a 16.5 has a tapered bead, so there's no lock here. The reason they did that is because it's a heavy tire design, like a semi-truck, and if you let the air out of it, it just falls off the rim. So in that sense, you can't air down properly. So what I've come up with is I want to weld a bead right here on these aluminum wheels to hold this thing on, to lock it in place. So my buddy Brian over across town, he's got a wire feed, and he says he could stack a pretty tall thin bead on there. He just wanted me to make it spin like a Lazy Susan and make it automated. So I came up with this little motor. It's a little induction motor, and it's adjustable. So it'll start to turn here, and it's real slow. It's 0 to 7 RPM. And on the edge of the wheel, like I'm running it right here, it's actually pretty slow. So turned up at full speed, that's full speed right there. He'll be able to just control that bead and stack it right on there how he wants. And then what we'll do, we'll use a 2-inch spacer and we'll flip the rim over and do the other side. So we can weld this side, then we can flip over and do the other side. Okay, so we're here at KSH in Havasu, my buddy Brian's place. I got Kole here. So this is the wheel bearing assembly I made. A little piece of copper is what's grounding it to the table. And then this little motor is what turns the wheel, so we're going to get it set up there. So here at KSH, what they do is fuel tanks. This one's a 1,000-gallon tank going in a houseboat. And there's no job too small. That's a 500-gallon tank. That's probably about 100 right there. Yeah, those 16.5s, they're staying on now. Now we'll let those sit and bake in the sun for a little while. Let that glue activate, glue them on the rim, and we'll go test them. Hopefully they'll stay on. Another beautiful day in Havasu. Still working on the tow truck. Got the motor mount out. Ready to swap that. I think I'll change the fuel filter while I'm here. It's yeah, right up there. I got the back of the power steering pump tore apart. So I'm working on this pressure regulator. Show you the parts involved. So this is another pressure regulator that's already been modified. I'm going to show you what I do to modify this. So when this goes in, this is your regulator. This regulator spring goes here, and this floats on the end of here. Essentially, that's your pressure regulator in the power steering pump. I'm sure people have had these apart. So a couple things to note. This pin actually goes inside this spring, and the length of that pin is very important because that's what bottoms that spring. That allows the check ball to bottom. Basically, when the spring bottoms out, it stops it from plugging this hole. This bypass is how it regulates. Everybody thinks this and this spring is what regulates, but that's not true. It actually regulates from this spring right here, which is actually adjustable. This one didn't have shims in it, it had Loctite. Sometimes they have shims underneath of here. Now, if you have a rack and pinion steering, this is going to be longer. This body will actually be longer. Rack and pinion only makes 900 to 1000 psi. So all of your other boxes will have this shorter piston in it, and essentially I've found them with as many as 3 shims. Normally when they have 3 shims, somebody has used it on a rack and pinion and it's been recalibrated. From the factory, I've never seen them with more than 2 shims. 2 shims will yield about probably 1050 to 1100 psi, and what you want to do is pull those shims out. So with Hydro Boost brakes, what I've seen is 1 shim, and that is around 1200 psi. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run 0 shims, so essentially spring first, then the cup and the pin, then the little check ball, and it seats right there. Then we screw this back down in. You want to clean this really good. There's a screen in there to allow the oil to bypass. Sometimes they won't have any shims, but this will be set up with Loctite and it'll be pulled out to calibration. So you'll pull all the shims out of this, run this all the way in tight. Then another modification you're going to do, the hole inside of the basically the flow fitting, the adapter fitting coming out of the back, or piston retainer, whatever you want to call it, that hole needs to be drilled out to 530 seconds. Do not go any larger. Smaller is better than larger, but you'll want to drill that out down the center 530 seconds. And then the last modification, you want to stretch this spring about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. It's not really fussy. It doesn't have to be stretched. It just helps the bounce on this regulator, because once you turn it up, it will actually make a little bit of noise, because the pump is going to be now probably around 13 to 1400 psi. If you're running a rock crawler or a big heavy truck with big tires like this one, you'll want to put a cooler, an oil cooler, on the return side of your power steering pump. That will help in the preventive boil over on the overheating, because once you turn the pressure up on these, they do run hot. But they will have all kinds of pressure, and you know, you'll pick up a little bit of volume for your hydraulic assist. I've been able to run hydraulic assist with Hydro Boost brakes and never had a problem with it. So it's pretty easy to make this little modification, and I've never really had trouble with one. Once I've made the modification, I mean, it was done, it was good. Some people have gotten a little carried away and tried to machine the end off of it and take the pin down and try to get 1600 psi. That's foolish. If you're going to do that, just buy a PSI system that's actually got a high volume pump, and you know, it'll be a lot better. But anyway, good luck modifying, and we're going to get this put back together. Well, we started putting tires on. They look good. Polished up wheel. Jeff did a good job. Those are big tires, boy. Love it. Anyway, I got the winch mounted. Looks good. Hangs down underneath. It's vulnerable, but this isn't a rock crawler. It's not what I do with this thing. It doesn't go in the rocks. I don't bash things. It's like just for pulling cars out. Most of the stuff I do is pulling cars out of the lake. Got to be able to get down them sandy, rough beaches and stupid places where people go and get stuck. We're waiting on the air locker for the front end. I'm putting an air locker in the front, so that'll be here tomorrow. We'll get the gears in it and get it set up, get the wheel bearings packed, get the front tires on. Okay, so I got the tires on after the weld up and all the stuff. They look pretty good. We'll get that front end back together and we'll get them on later.
Hey, you got a package.
What do you mean I got a package? Ooh,
Yeah.
Look at that. What is it?
I know Halloween's right around the corner, but it looks like a person. And it's scary.
What is it? You opened it. Oh, it's our mail lady.
Yeah.
That's her clothes. That's creepy. Oh, you need a hand?
High five.
How about an arm? There's a hole. Oh, there's instructions. Look.
Wait, there's the head. Oh, I found the hair. Blonde?
It's a blonde.
Oh, God.
We got to put this together. This is for the mail truck. So for the little post office thing that we're going to put in the museum, I got a mannequin with a mail uniform. So this is the shirt. Look at that. It's got the badge and everything.
Why didn't you just use me?
Look at that. So that's the mail
that's
shirt.
cool.
What do you think? Think it'll work?
I think she needs a name tag.
It says postal clerk. We have to change that. It has to be mail carrier, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I am a wiggling off.
It's fine.
What's this?
You forget that I have curly hair. I think that's the head. Where's the head?
Okay.
Oh, God.
Looks like a monkey head.
Wow.
Get this snap on there.
She has particularly small feet.
Small feet.
Are you going with, like, the other part of your...
How does it go together?
something like that, I don't know. Probably like a snap and twist. Oh, careful, don't break her legs. When they say break a leg, literally.
Break a leg.
Let's see.
You got pants for this doll? She's too fat for those pants.
Oh, uh-oh.
Off with your head.
She's losing her head.
She's losing her butt too. Ah. Flies down.
Where the head go?
I haven't done that yet. There you go.
How does that go on?
I think it twists. It twists.
No, there's like no thingy on it.
Just
Oh,
the wall.
There's something missing. Is there another piece there?
there's some hardware.
Oh, there you go. That's how she goes together.
Just got a screw loose.
Oh, this is the mount for the bottom, right?
I don't know. Is it?
That's probably for the head right there. This thing. Oh, it's
Oh yeah. Okay.
So this goes.
Wait,
on-
so what does this go
so
to
this-
then?
That goes to hold. That goes in the back.
Oh.
So this has got to go.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually know either.
We'll call that. She has a long neck and a
Is she a ninja mail lady now?
Ninja. So I think this
Oh, I thought you wanted the wig.
goes here, right?
Oh, to stand.
Oh yeah, that's her.
Oh, so then this goes in that. Check, check. There you go. No, this has to go on that. That goes on the end of that, I think.
Oh, so it goes
So
like that.
she stands straight up. Yeah, there you go. Now you're getting it.
She's complicated.
And then there's just got a screw loose here.
There you go. Now we got it. You gotta loosen it more. All the way out.
Oh man.
It's too fast unscrewed. There you go. Tighten it up.
Okay.
Okay, she's standing on her own 2 hoofs now. She needs shoes. She don't have no shoes. Okay. Get the rest of the clothes on.
She can't do it while standing. You're gonna have to hold her for me to put a shoe on her. Oh,
Yeah, you got big old hooves.
I said her feet were small.
Is that a van? Is that your shoe?
It's my shoe. It works, man.
This thing is like retarded. Straight. I can take her arm off. Put this on.
Yeah. Yep.
Whoa!
I think it's that shoe on her.
No, she needs her arms on to balance.
That is a lot more creepy with the hair on.
There you go. Get her dressed up. Get her fruit. She looks like a slob.
Well, she's gonna have to stand outside of the mail truck. I think it's gonna have to happen.
That's funny stuff right there. Oh,
So is this kind of like a mail order bride?
so she comes with
A mail order post lady.
new fashion.
Okay, I need to take my shoe.
So she comes with this big metal plate. That thing bolts down to this plate and that's what holds her up.
Where did you get this?
Give me my shoe back.
You can buy anything on the internet.
You ready to go see your mom? Shoe on. This is like I Am Legend, but on a new level.
He's having more fun with that than I was.
You forgot something.
Lost her hair. My shoe
Why
fits
is your
on
head
this.
so small?
I don't know. It's very weird. My shoe fits on her foot perfectly. Let's see how she looks
So where are you
next
gonna
to
take that?
the mail truck. It's the mail truck lady.
Is it gonna be permanently in the passenger seat?
Well, the legs don't bend, so that's a problem.
Just
Yeah,
a
I
little,
think
take a
we're
little
gonna-
heat.
We're gonna maybe modify her legs a little bit because they're under pants. Now she'll be an amputee.
Yeah.
Mail delivery person.
Yeah, so
You can maybe
come off here for a second.
Rin, what do you think?
Ren is like, leave me out of this.
Rin, what should we name her?
Ren's like, I don't want nothing to do with that thing.
Oh.
There. Now she's standing on her own 2 feet.
She's crooked.
We broke her.
Get it together. Get it together. She needs your life.
I don't know what the front is here. There for a second.
I think maybe her shirt's too big. That goes on first.
I don't know.
I know. Just put a rig on.
Just hold on to that.
Did you find this on eBay?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can order that on the internet.
Why?
We
They'll
will
deliver
provide
it
the
to
link.
your door. They deliver it to your door. Like, how creepy is that? Isn't that cool? My hair's terrible. Why is your hair like that? You need to get your hair done, girl.
I think it clips on somehow, but well, there's this.
Is that even the front or the back?
Well, it's gotta be the front. Those
Oh,
little veins.
Velcro's around.
I don't
Is that a
know.
Velcro?
Maybe it's
Chin strap?
Chin strap. Strap it on.
Oh wait, there's another side. Hold on.
There you go. Get her together. Kieran, get her done up so she'll survive the crash. Oh, look at that. He's staring at us.
What do you think, Rin?
Yeah.
Tire's almost as big as you.
You can fit in your pocket. Here, you want to go with her? I just put you right in there. You're good. There you go. Who is that? Who is it?
She's like,
Do you love her?
give me that.
She's a little nervous.
Gosh, having anxiety attack. The shirt is a little big.
It looks alright. Yeah, it'll work. Postal clerk, hi. Yeah, this was my uniform today.
Go say hi. Who is that? Who is that?
What is that?
Who is that?
Nope.
Good girl. Good girl.
Creepy having that in the shop. Look at the people. Look at the people. See the people? Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Rand. Thanks for watching. Hound dog.